Every 4 minutes, someone dies from a stroke. Today, I'd like to talk to you about strokes. I've done extensive research. I've been in fire and EMS for 17 years, the last 3 years as a paramedic instructor. So we're going to cover what is a stroke, the impacts of strokes, and what can we do about it. So what is a stroke? Well, the CDC defines a stroke, also known as a brain attack, as a blocked or burst blood vessel in the brain. So there's 2 types of strokes. One is an ischemic stroke, and what that means is that a portion of the brain has a blocked blood vessel that starves the brain of blood and nutrients. The other type of stroke is a hemorrhagic stroke. Now, a hemorrhagic stroke is when a blood vessel bursts and then the brain is starved of the blood and nutrients that it needs. So what impact do strokes have, and who does it affect? Well, strokes affect everyone of every age. About 1 in 3 stroke victims are under the age of 65. Regionally, the Southeast is known as the stroke belt. This is according to the American Heart Association, that states that if you live in the Southeast, you have a 34% chance, a 34% higher risk of stroke than anyone else in the United States. Now, some of our risk of stroke and the risk factors include hypertension, which is high blood pressure, smoking, heart disease, and dieting. So the financial impact of strokes, according to the American Journal of Managed Care, strokes cost the United States about $65 billion a year. Individually, a stroke victim can expect to pay about $30,000 their first year just in medical expenses. Over their lifetime, they're going to spend about $150,000 just for their stroke. So what can we do about this? Well, the first thing we can do is we can reduce our risk factors. So if you're a smoker, you can stop smoking. We can change our diet to reduce our risk of heart disease, reduce our high blood pressure. So we can make some lifestyle changes that will reduce our risk of stroke. The other thing we can do is act fast. Now, the American Heart Association developed the FAST program so that everyone would be able to quickly identify the signs and symptoms of a stroke and call 911 so that the individual can get prompt treatment, which will reduce the overall effects of the stroke. So what the FAST program is, it's an acronym, and it stands for, the F is for facial droop. So if you look at someone and you see the face is not symmetrical, there's some eyelid or cheeks drooping, or maybe the corners of the mouth, it would be facial droop. The A stands for arm drift, and a simple arm drift test would be for someone to hold their arms out and they can't maintain an arm or one arm up, and it would drift down. This is also an indication of just one-sided weakness. The S stands for speech difficulty. This can be from slurring their words to unable to recall certain words, or just general confusion. And the T, well, it's time to act. And this is for us to call 911 so that whoever the stroke victim is, they can get prompt treatment. And the sooner they can get treatment, the sooner the symptoms can be relieved and the less severe the stroke could possibly be. So today I've talked to you about strokes. We've went over what a stroke is. We've looked at the impact of strokes, and we know what we can do about strokes. So I'd like to leave you with this. Time is brain. Neurologists and neurosurgeons say that time is brain with a stroke. So the sooner we start to change our lifestyles to reduce our risk factors of a stroke, and the sooner we recognize when a stroke occurs, and the sooner we can get treatment, the better off we will all be.